is Ashkenaz, and I don't have to mention Magog here. We all know who was Magog and the the bloodline. So now, when you look at the red labels, are the territory of Japheth and his descendants in the early days. So it's clearly like the north of Israel is East Europe, Eastern Europe, and now here this one even clearer. Europe and Eastern Europe. It expands like north to the west, which is the Europe side. Later on, the beginning is North and Eastern Europe, but later on to the western side of Europe. It is one of two major Jewish cultures today. So from now on, I will never say Jewish this word or Jew because technically they created this word to disguise themselves as Israelites, but they are not. Technically, they are non-Jew, non-Jewish. Okay, so just regular people, the Gentiles, I think, because they are not descendant from Jacob, which is Israel, like Israel. Okay, there are many subcultures and ethnicities within the people, including Yemenite, Italian, Greek, and Persian. The two most dominant groups, however, are Ashkenazism and Sephardim, who originate in the Iberian Peninsula and the Arab lands. So technically, um, the Europe, Western Europe, and then Central Europe, Eastern Europe, to the Middle East are the descendants of the one ancestor, the brother of Shem, which is Japheth. And they are not Israelites. They are not God's chosen people. And they created the word Jewish to disguise themselves, technically and literally. They are not they're not Jewish. They are non-Jewish. So and like I said, the majority of the people and the 12 tribes is like a minority. So even though some of them migrated to Europe or Middle East and Eastern Europe, Central Europe, but is a small percentage. They are Israelites. And then, so the center of gravity shift northeast. The early Ashkenazism, who lived among Christians, suffered terrible persecutions. I don't know why. Just like right now, history repeating itself. I think because they are technically they are greedy. They disguise themselves as Israelites, even though God just say you can dwell on within the tents of the Israelites, but it doesn't mean that you are one of them. You know what I'm saying? You are only the brother, the relatives of them. But they go on and became greedy and just lied to everybody saying they are one of the Israelites. So last night there were some news coming out saying hate crimes against them. It's just because who knows you lie to everybody saying you are Israelites. Technically, you're not. So that is their I guess their karma, right? I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Waves of frenzied murders often followed Trump accusations of ritual murder, blood libels, and the Crusaders left thousands of dead Achaemenid people in their wake. So they moved beyond Poland and beyond, and which means the Eastern Europe. And England expelled Ashkenazism. Ashkenazism. The migration was further accelerated by the various expulsions of Ashkenazi people in England, France, and Germany throughout the years. In fact, England did not allow Ashkenazi people to live within its borders between 1290 to 1657. And then they absorbed Sephardic exiles. So who are the Sephardic? They originated in Spain and Portugal. Again, they are not Israelites. Many prominent Ashkenazi families, such as the houses of Epstein and Horowitz and Rappaport, can all be traced to Spanish refugees. Okay, so their dominant languages were Yiddish, Hebrew, Aramaic, Slavic languages. Okay, so their community stretched from Milan to Moscow. And then, so it's not surprising they spread out because look at his family tree, so many descendants. And so Sephardim actually, Sephard, this word maybe is where Sephara, this word came from. Okay. Ashkenazi, plural, Ashkenazism from Hebrew, Ashkenaz means Germany. A member of the descendants of Japheth, who lived in the Rhineland Valley and in neighboring France before their migration eastward to Slavic lands, Poland, Lithuania, Russia. So then they settled in Western Europe. Then now here it says Ashkenazism constitute more than 80% of the population in the world of all the bloodline from the bloodline of Japheth. So more than 80% means technically it's like they are 90% of who claim themselves as Israelites. So technically they're not, right? It means only like roughly speaking 10% of the people are genuinely Israelites, the descendants of Jacob in the world. That is amazing. 90% of the people they lie to people that they are the chosen ones. That's resulting in right now the hate crimes. And Turkey, the president, he announced that everybody should blame on Israel of the attacks in Israel. So now I think this is finally the time that things will finally move forward, and it's time and the rapture will happen. Looks pretty good, promising right now this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I just want to emphasize that 90% of the people that they say they are Israelites, they are not 90% of them. Only 10% in the world are. And then so here are some of the popular Ashkenazi people, descendants of Japheth, that disguise themselves as Israelites, but they are not. Albert Einstein, Woody Allen, and everybody here. And you can, find it yourself online. So the 12 tribes of Israel, the ancient map you can see here. The Golan High Gaza. Gaza technically is wasn't belong to Israelites. Gaza wasn't belong to any of the 12 tribes. So they keep saying two-state solutions is fake. They divide the land not because of the Gaza, not because of the war right now. They're killing people living in Gaza. I think they divided the land is later on, coming soon, when the whole world go against the nation Israel right now, and they divide the land. then that is what it means.